welcome back to the Showboat and the start of the Quantum Challenge. Denny Schreiner along with Johnny Petraglia. And John, here we go. And in the #1 slot this afternoon, John Gaines, a 27-year-old right-hander out of Baltimore, Maryland. In the #2 position, representing Wichita State, one of the outstanding collegiate bowlers in the United States, 23-year-old Waliczek. Representing and hailing from Klamath Falls, Oregon, 35-year-old Brian Tinsley. And from beautiful Niagara Falls, New York, a very talented player, 27-year-old Mike Neumann. We're ready to start. Mike Neumann from Niagara Falls. Looking to start things off with a strike, if at all possible. And he does, Johnny Petraglia. So Neumann right out of the gate with an X, letting everybody know that he's serious about what's going to be happening here today.
Well, yes, when Mike was younger, he threw a truck, but now he throws a bus. As
okay.
You can see,
Probably like a Madden bus.
Madden bus, not a revolution.
Brian Tinsley now looking to get a strike here and cancel out the opening frame. Oh, sure, a little rooting from the cheering section. Of course, you're going to be hearing the players from time to time, John. They're all mic'd. We'll be getting their responses, and at certain times, they'll be rooting pretty hard for a guy to throw a strike or not throw a strike.
Well, right now, I'm sure that Ryan and John Gaines are rooting for Lonnie right now. We need a two-tie, all-tie situation here, or they lose 500 right away.
Lonnie Waliczek looking to tie in the opening frame. Out the window it goes. 210 is left. That's all right, Lonnie. Things will get better. And if not, you'll go home without any money in your pocket. And the big man, John Gaines from Baltimore, Maryland. John, how you feeling right about now?
Not a problem.
Not a problem. Oh, I love that confidence. All right. John Gaines looking to tie the opening frame. Mike Newman's heart rate going up just a little bit. And guess what? Mr. Gaines comes up big in the opening frame, so it's a $500 carryover.
10 in the pit. Then he just perfect shot. I guess he backed up what he was talking about.
Michael looking a bit serious. It cost him $500, but what the heck, Mike? You'll get it sooner or later. Brian Tinsley now to start the second frame of play. And now, of course, moving to the right-hand lane.
Yes, we're on the opposite lane now. This will be interesting to see if it's easier or tougher than 51.
Brian, did you tuck that shot, or was that basically the way you were trying to play it, that big fella? Did he tuck that, or was that how he was playing?
Well, Brian's the one-stroker in the group, and interestingly enough, he's using the non-reactive urethane quantum, which goes as straight as the 3, so that he can play down the boards.
Okay.
The other 3 could call the big hitters, and they're using the reactive equipment that hooks quite a bit.
The L train looking for another X. Oh, this time he gets the shaker. So already here we have a two-tie all situation in frame #2. John Gaines is up now.
Big John Gaines?
Yep. Even though we have a two-tie situation right now, John, the beautiful Brunswick Bayliner boat still on the line for the player who throws the most strikes through all 10 frames. So all of our participants will be bowling each of 10 frames.
Exactly. You could win all the money but still lose the boat.
Right. A little high for John Gaines, and now it's up to Mike Neumann to come up and see if he can continue to strike, this time on the right-hand lane. Of course, these were the 4 players that survived from the top 24, a 6-game qualifying round, and you had to average at least 226 just to get to the Quantum Challenge here today.
Yes, all 4 of our participants, Denny, are excellent bowlers. Actually, it'll be good that I'll be retired by the time they turn pro.
Neumann looking to go 2 for 2 and everything but the 4 pin. So a 2-tie situation from our first 2 participants. We'll move on to frame number 3, and the dollar figure continues to mount. We'll be back with more of this year's Quantum Challenge after these messages.
Many people take everyday items for granted. Take the matchbook, for example. This popular item was invented in 1892 by Joshua Pusey of Pennsylvania. Many products are created or improved by the innovations of individuals. Ideas and inventions come from people in all walks of life. We believe these individuals, like you, are a great source of creativity. If you have an idea, invention, or new product you'd like to submit to industry, Invention Submission Corporation has a free inventor's kit to help you get started. The kit contains a form for recording and dating your invention, an information brochure, and other materials of interest to inventors. Invention Submission Corporation is one of America's largest invention service companies. We can show you how your invention can be packaged and submitted to industry. So call ISC now for your free inventor's kit.
For your free inventor's kit, call 1-800-522-5333. The call is free, and so is the information.
Prime Hooves is busting out in the great Midwest. Heat is rising when the Blue Demons take aim at top 25 Marquette and the center of attention, Jim McElvain. Sunday night at 8 Eastern, live on Prime.
Welcome back to the Showboat Hotel, Casino, and Bowling Center in Las Vegas, where they are hosting the Quantum Challenge here today. Lonnie Waliczek.
Well, things are getting sticky now, Denny.
Yes, they are.
1,500 in this frame here. Both of them all had 1 strike, so they're tied for the vote. They're tied for the money. They're tied for everything as we enter frame 3.
You know, with as much talent as we have on the telecast, John, we're liable to see the 10th frame going for $22,500.
It could be great.
Okay. Good aggressive shot. Reminiscent of a John Petraglia shot that did not get back to the pocket numerous times during your career.
I haven't seen you out there too much either, Denny.
That was the only shot I'll take the whole.
You know, I've watched
telecast.
you bowl, and
Just
you bowl as well as I speak, Denny.
So I retired at a very early age. On the left-hand lane, and an absolutely beautiful shot there.
Beautiful shot. Big John Gaines, he's got a really excellent game. He's a big guy, and it's tough getting down at the line. But the amount of hand action at the bottom, the resume he gets on the ball is terrific.
You know, it's interesting because all of our 24 finalists, and then the 4 that made it to the Quantum Challenge, were all given the Quantum Series bowling balls, and we'll talk about those after Mike Neumann shoots here in the 3rd. Looking to send it into the 4th frame, and he does. Classic shot by Mike Neumann. And so we'll carry over once again Brian Tinsley to finish out the 3rd frame here. But, John, all 24 of the finalists were given all 3 of the Quantum Series balls to get an opportunity to get to the telecast.
Right, and as they get to the telecast, they must use a quantum on the show, which is their decision as to use the Scarlet, which is the non-reactive and goes the straightest of the 3. Or the forest green, which hooks the most of the 3, and the blue, which gets down the lane the longest before making its finish. And as I mentioned before, Brian Tinsley using the Scarlet to keep it down the board, sort of like Walter Ray.
Frame is already tied. Tinsley through the nose with this one, but they'll carry over $1,500. It'll be a $2,000 shot in the 4th. But before we get to the 4th frame, we had an opportunity to chat with Ray Edwards concerning the computer-aided construction of the Quantum Series. Ray, tell me about the brand new Quantum series. I know there are 3 balls involved, and the balls have basically been designed by computer, haven't they?
Yeah, it's something that's brand new and allowed us to take and design a family of bowling balls that gave us 3 totally separate reaction characteristics for each ball. Normally what we've done in the past is basically taken a shape, thrown it in the ball, went out and thrown it down the lane and tried to see, what the ball did, and it was basically a real trial and error procedure. The computer allows us to do is to take the core design, check the dynamics of the ball, and that gives us an idea both in terms of how the length of the ball is going to go down the lane, and then when it makes a move on the lane, how strong a move will it make, and allows us to get the balls into specific reaction characteristic zones so we can have 3 balls that are totally different.
One thing I found fascinating as you and I chatted was the fact that, in essence, with this Quantum series, you can take a 16-pound bowling ball and almost get the same type of reaction in terms of carry as you can with a 12 or a 14-pound ball. Explain that to me. I'm fascinated by that.
Okay, what happens is that bowling balls are controlled by the dynamics of the roll in terms of how easy or how hard it is to roll it around a given axis and how stable that axis is. The computer allows us to evaluate that. And traditionally what we've done is designed very good 16-pound bowling balls. Once you have the 16-pound design, then the core mold that was used to make the 16-pound ball was then used to make all the other balls, but we just kept on making the core lighter and lighter and lighter. What we've done different in the Quantum is that for each individual weight of the bowling ball that we produce a separate core. And that core was designed on the computer so that the dynamics of the 16, the 15, the 14, and the 12 are all exactly the same. So you get the same skid roll hook characteristic down the lane, you get the same angle of entry into the pocket, no matter whether it's a 16-pound ball or a 12-pound ball. As you look down through the weight range, basically what it looks like you have 4 different bowling balls. So the core on the 16, the core on the 15, the core on the 14, the core on the 12 all look different. But they look different, and the mass distribution within the ball is different because the total weight of the ball is different, but the whole system pulls together so that the dynamics and the rolling characteristics of all of them are exactly the same.
In our great sport, there are people who bowl and there are bowlers. The difference is right here in my hand, the American Bowling Congress membership card. Without standards or rules enforced by ABC, what do our accomplishments really mean? The greatest bowlers of all time have always been ABC members. It's important because it provides the credibility we all need. So when you go bowling, make sure you ask to compete in an ABC-sanctioned league or tournament. It's your assurance that you really are a bowler and not just going bowling. Let's go bowling with ABC.
North America's largest bowling center at the Showboat Hotel and Casino just got better. That's because the entire center has been remodeled in our bright new colors, including our locker areas, 106 championship lanes, a new fast food snack bar, new carpet and tiling, comfortable guest seating, even new restrooms. And every lane is resurfaced to make even the most difficult shots look easy. It's bowling at its best, whether in a league or just for fun. And it's only at the boat.
I love the High Roller. It's a great tournament.
The High Roller is the most exciting thing I've seen in a long time.
The High Roller is a perfect opportunity to make real big money. Anybody's got a chance in this tournament. It's the luck of the draw.
Where else could you go and make this kind of money?
This tournament makes my socks go up and down. It's that great.
For details on how you can be part of the High Roller Tournament, call 1-800-257-6179.
All right, the reason why the crowd is applauding our outstanding amateur quartet has already tied the first 3 frames. John Petraglia, John Gaines is up in this frame worth $2,000. We still haven't had a player break through thus far.
That's true, and I think this is the lane that John's gone high before. We'll see if he makes the adjustment for $2,000.
Okay. He likes the right-hand lane. Asking for it to hook.
John Gaines actually thought that ball hit flat.
He did?
That's what he said.
I'd be jumping for joy if I had a shot that hit anywhere close to that. Mike Neumann up next. here in the fourth frame of play. $2,000. Of course, keep in mind, in the fifth frame, we start jumping by $1,000 a frame. Little hang spot there on 52. So no strikes yet after 2 shots in the fourth. Brian Tinsley up to see if he can put $2,000 away in the fourth frame.
Brian Tinsley hit high flush the last time he was on this lane, put all 10 in the pit. Very important shot here for $2,000.
Conversation in the background. Good shot. This one past the head pin, and Waliczek is up out of his chair. He is ready. Sports fans smiling to the crowd. The heat is on. They're responding. John, Lonnie's looking to take that $2,000, slipping in his back pocket.
He sure is. One interesting side note, Denny. This is lane 52. When the Showboat Invitational was held here a couple of weeks ago, the one that conquered lane 52 is the one that won the tournament.
Switching balls, Denny.
All right. Been told now that Lonnie's going to make a big-time move, switch balls, and go for the kill here on the right-hand lane.
Gutsy move here. Wichita State kids are tough.
Looking for the 2,000. He got a handful, but it slides by everything.
Whoa. Boy, does that make this next frame big. I gotta start adding.
No strikes in the fourth. Lonnie Waliczek with a golden opportunity to become the first to draw blood, and we'll be back with more from the Showboat and the Quantum Challenge after these messages.
A lot of MCI customers confess they didn't get the savings they hoped for.
We tried MCI on that friends and family thing. I was very disappointed in the plan.
I mean, if you want to give us savings, give us savings. Just give it to us.
Introducing AT&T True USA Savings. If you spend $25 a month, you'll get 20% off your AT&T long-distance calls. 20% off, guaranteed. And the fact is, if you're an MCI Friends and Family Basic or Primetime customer, you could save more with AT&T.
I thought we were going to save a lot of money, and we didn't.
The truth is, the average Friends and Family Basic customer's discount is only 6%.
I'm going to switch back to AT&T.
Call us at 1-800-PICK-ATT. The call's free. Switching is free. And you get 20% off every call you make in the USA. Anytime, anywhere, to anyone you call.
Bye, MCI.
Call us at 1-800-PICK-ATT.
The real you coming through your true voice.
There's no zone like the Snow Zone. A dimension of sports for frostbitten folks of all ages who love going up and getting down on the hottest slopes in the world. Whether you're a snow bunny or a downhill daredevil, the Snow Zone is the show for you with everything, including ski tips, hot travel spots, and getting vertical with the pros. The Snow Zone will chill you and thrill you. The Snow Zone, all cold and flu season on Prime.
Fifth frame, $2,000. Make it $3,000 on the line now for Mike Neumann as he'll start. Fourth frame, John. No strikes from our 4 participants, so we had a carryover.
I got a feeling we're going to see some clutch stuff coming up on this frame.
Okay. Well, they've had a few shots on each lane now, getting a little feel for what it is they're trying to accomplish. Deeper, perhaps? Oh, the slasher from Niagara Falls.
You know what they call that in Chicago? They call that slamming the dime. That's sort of when that head comes back across and takes out the 10 pin.
Oh, I love that.
That's just great, and that's about as good as it gets. That's as hard as a ball can hit right there.
A little quick replay of this one, John.
I learned this a little while ago. The guys in Chicago call this slamming the dime. Watch this head pin come off the wall, all the way back across, and take out the 10 pin. And boy, it did slam it. Great shot by Mike Neumann right there.
A wicked tomahawk slam. Michael, of course, appreciating his own abilities here in the 5th frame. And Brian Tinsley is up next. Brian looks like he's beginning to loosen up a little bit. He's the stroker of the bunch. I mean, you would expect Brian to hit the pocket on virtually every shot.
Yes, I would. I expect him to hit it right now.
Right. And I expect him to strike.
All right, Brian, come on.
Looking to carry the money over. Like I said, see, you mentioned the heat's going to be on from the 5th frame out. And a beautiful shot by Brian Tinsley. Lonnie Waliczek is up next here in the 5th.
Now Lonnie's got to keep it going, even though the frame is safe. That we're getting to the halfway point where that boat's going to start getting critical.
That's right. And the next frame, $4,000.
There.
No help from the head pin this time as the 10 pin stands. And John Gaines is up next.
Now with a strike, John Gaines can take the sole lead for the boat at this particular. Oh no,
Well,
I can't. I'm sorry.
He'd
He'd be tying Mike Neumann.
Right.
If he doesn't strike, Mike has the lead for the boat at this point in time.
Right. Plenty of water in Niagara Falls too, right, Michael?
Chesapeake Bay will hold that boat very nicely.
That's a very good point. Well taken.
Well taken.
From the Baltimore area.
Great
Yes, and Captain Gaines strikes on the left-hand lane.
I guess Lonnie didn't strike because they don't have lakes in Kansas. What is it?
Well, it was a beer frame as well, Lonnie, so we'll excuse you to go up and buy whatever you need. Yeah, just give the guys the money because, okay, Brian Tinsley in the 6th, $4,000 on the line.
Hold.
In the words of the infamous Roy Buckley, hold, please, hold. A little high left. The rotation now brings up Lonnie Waliczek in the 6th frame. It's interesting the way they've rotated the players, John, so that everybody gets an opportunity to bowl 1, 2, 3, and 4.
All right, and different pressure situations depending on whether the bowler before you struck or not.
And now for $4,000 a shot, he'd love to be the first guy in each frame to strike.
He'd love to be the first up to have that opportunity to put the pressure on the other 3. First or last seems like a real good position.
A little tighter line. Ooh. Well, the last time was a little light. This time, a little high.
This is a critical frame. It appears early on in this first half of the game that 51 is playing easier than 52. So whoever conquers 52 could win quite a bit of money today.
John Gaines trying to seize the moment at this point in time. Just he and Mike Neumann left here in the 6th frame with $4,000 on the line.
On this left.
Utilizing a little self-talk. And the big 4.
Come on, Mike.
And speaking of the big 4, $4,000 on the line for Mike Neumann here in the 6th frame.
And this is it. It's one shot for $4,000. The first 3 bowlers have missed. In a sense, Mike Neumann has a little bit of pressure off because he knows that he can miss.
Mike Neumann waiting now, John, for a golden opportunity to throw one shot to win $4,000.
Right, and Mike can really be aggressive on this shot, Penny, because nobody has struck above him. So it either stays a tie or he wins $4,000. He can really go after it on this shot, and I think he will.
Okay. After 5 frames of carryover, there it is! A breakthrough for Mike Neumann, John Petraglia, and he collects the first big hit in the Quantum Challenge.
Well, he sure does, Denny. What a tremendous shot here. He gets very aggressive. He really trusts it and gets all of it he can. 15 out to about 5. Now watch that ball snap back. Sends the head pin back. Scouts everywhere. Great shot. $4,000, and he also takes the lead in the boat category.
That's exactly right. Neumann now is in a situation, John, you've been in this many times, where he's going to be a little more relaxed. When we come back to the Showboat and the Quantum Challenge, Neumann already with $4,000 in his pocket.
I love the high rollers. It's a great tournament.
The high roller is the most exciting thing I've seen in a long time.
The high roller's a perfect opportunity to make it real big money.
Anybody's got a chance in this tournament. It's the luck of the draw.
Where else could you go and make this kind of money?
This tournament makes my socks go up and down. It's that great.
For details on how you can be part of the High Roller Tournament, call 1-800-257-6179.
For centuries, lane conditioning has been in the dark ages. At the Kegel Company, we develop innovative products that advance the sport of bowling. Kegel Bowling Center in Sebring, Florida is where we design, test, and manufacture high-quality lane equipment. Our products include the original Key, the revolutionary DBA Lane Walker and DBA Lane Walker LCM, the user-friendly DBA Excel, and the state-of-the-art sanction machine. Kegel is shaping the future while the competition is centuries behind.
The steel rector's about to pull
Today's office doesn't always come with 4 walls. So no matter where your employees do business, AT&T has a way to help them and to give you more control. Call for the AT&T Corporate Calling Card. We can customize a plan by letting you choose from more than 70 different features. If you're responsible for controlling expenses, we can customize your bill by location, individual, or account code. If you're concerned about card security, we offer customized fraud protection for your company and employees. We also offer discounts as high as 40%, a variety of competitive savings plans, and easy worldwide access.
We got the job.
Call AT&T now and decide how many or how few features you need. The AT&T Corporate Calling Card.
I don't know. Call it a hunch.
Find out how customized the calling card can be.
Yeah, Bob, the Russians look great, but he's rewrites the counter.
Mike Neumann with the first big payday in the Quantum Challenge, won $4,000. Now we'll start with a $1,000 shot here in the 7th. Lonnie Waliczek to do the honors, and he's looking to put some money away.
I think that Lonnie's going to get back on track right now. like he does back in Wichita. I got faith in him.
Trying to get something started. And he does. It was only a matter of time, Lonnie.
Just how to talk him into it.
Right.
I think that the pace is also a little bit that the bowlers have to get used to. They're so used to bowling for score, getting up, making shots, that you're not shooting spares. You're concentrating on one thing, and that's strikes.
$1,000 a shot right now. John Gaines looking to get back into the X department. John with 3 strikes thus far in the first 6 frames.
That's got to hook the line, he said, and it did.
Lost that shot, huh, John? Lost it on the way down and came screaming back for the strike.
Scouts out in every direction.
Yes.
sort of like a platoon ball, and he has his point men coming out.
Now, Mike, are you a little more relaxed now that you got the $4,000 hit going?
Nah.
Nah.
Same way. Same way.
Same pre-shot routine. Standing by, Brad Edelman, our tournament chairman, our tournament manager for the Quantum Challenge here. He's doing a wonderful job. Two of them already tied in this frame. And Mike Neumann just decides to join the crowd.
I think Mike has really stepped up these last couple of frames here, getting very aggressive and keeping that lead for the boat. Very important.
All right, Brian Tinsley up to finish out the 7th frame. Which, of course, we'll be adding another $1,000 in the next standard. Good 3 shot. Yep.
Super.
So all 4 participants with a strike here in the 7th, and they'll be adding 2,500, I should say, in the 8th. But before we get to the 8th frame, I had an opportunity to chat with the vice president from Brunswick, and that, of course, was Brian Collins, about the brand new Quantum Series. Brian, tell me something about the Quantum line. Why in the world did you guys decide to go to a high-end line here in the bowling industry?
Well, we felt it was time to set a new standard. And everything in Quantum is a new standard. Whether we're talking about balls or bags or apparel, anything in Quantum is a new standard. Stretch the wrapper, go farther, go places that other people haven't gone.
You know, it's interesting, too, because you can't just go out and buy a Quantum in any pro shop, at least at this point in time. Explain that to me a little bit.
Well, we felt that because of what Quantum is, because it's so different, that it was important to select the distribution and limit the distribution just as we have limited the product line. So the distribution, we chose specific people to go through. So you won't find it in every pro shop. All pro shops are required to go through a training program, a seminar, before they are authorized Quantum dealers.
You know, give me some idea as to what kind of a player is going to go out and buy himself a Quantum, or 2 or 3. Is it a ball for everyone, or is it a ball basically for the better players?
It's the better player. This bowler knows that he needs an arsenal. This bowler knows that he's going to run into conditions in a given night that are going to require him to change equipment. He's comfortable with his style, with his performance, to know that when something is changing, what he needs is a different ball, not a different body.
And it's early on in the Quantum Series, but how have the bowlers, how have the consumers reacted to these products thus far?
With open arms. The reaction has been, this is the kind of thing that needs to be done. This is the kind of thing that we need. And we can look at one, instead of going out and finding for ourselves what we need for that arsenal. Here's an arsenal that we can just take off the shelf.
Brian, what makes you think that the Quantum Series will succeed in the bowling industry?
Well, lots of people have tried and lots of people have failed. I think that when they have failed, the failure has been because the product didn't live up to the expectation. And I think in this case, that's the least of our worries. The Quantum product is where it needs to be. It's customer-driven. It's customer-oriented. It's right targeted at the correct market. So I'm not concerned with what's happened in the past. I think Quantum is right, the right time, it's the right people to do it, and it's done very, very well.
If you like basketball, this is the ultimate home video, the definitive history of basketball, the story of a game. Narrated by ABC sports commentator Jim McKay, this special collector's edition package contains 2 full-length action-packed video cassettes. From Wilt Chamberlain to Shaquille O'Neal, the Dream Team, and the legendary Michael Jordan. Never before has NBA, NCAA, Olympic, and World Championship footage been available in one extraordinary collection.
It's like no other feeling playing the game.
Order your copy of The Story of a Game. 2 full-length videos and a 32-page color booklet, all for only $29.95.
Greatest satisfaction is to get the whole ball of wax.
Call 1-800-352-2121 to order your collector's copy of The Story of a Game. You'll get 2 full-length videos and a 32-page booklet, all for only $29.95 plus shipping. Call 1-800-352-2121.
The Pac-10 packs the with up and down, over the top. Coach is going crazy. Look at that slide. Pac-10 action. Prime Hoops has it. Washington State and Arizona State live Thursday night at 10 on Prime.
All right, $3,500 on the line here in the 8th frame. We got a carryover, John, in the 7th. Now $2,500 added in the 8th, and John Gaines will kick off the 8th frame.
Yeah, the frames are really getting important now, Denny. The money's getting a lot bigger. It starts, it's almost like those earthquakes in California. Every point is 10 times as much here. So it's getting big.
5,000 in the 9th, 10,000 in the 10th.
Well, John Gaines pointed out the more difficult of the two lanes is the right-hand lane. It's going to be a critical situation here as we bowl the 8th frame because the 10th frame is going to be on this lane. Can't catch the yips on a lane. That's tricky.
That's right. Mike Neumann with 5 strikes, leading the way for the boat, has $4,000 already. Sends it right, waits for it to come back, and it did. He's a man right now that's striking at will.
Yes, throwing very well, and also keeping it light pocket, which creates a lot of trust. Good shots. He shot 269 in the final game last night just to make it, and he flushed them all. Great ball.
Brian Tinsley looking to tie. Gaines and Waliczek rooting like crazy that Brian throws a strike here.
Come on, Brian, flush it up.
Soft up the track, needs to hook a little bit, and it does. Oh, Brian, beautiful shot.
Great clutch shot by Brian Tinsley.
And to finish out the frame, Lonnie Waliczek.
Lonnie trying to jump back in there for the boat, even though, but more importantly, trying to line up for the 10th frame and the big money right here.
That's right. Key shot here. You want to throw a strike.
Right. You want to know what you're doing in the 10th. You don't want to have any guesswork coming up 2 frames from now.
Uncorked a beauty there. And a bit unlucky with the carry, but at least he's lined up for the key shot in the 10th frame, John. We'll be back with more from the Showboat Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas and the Quantum Challenge after these messages.
You hang a picture, you change its position, and soon your wall looks like a dartboard. Introducing the Does It Handy Hanger. Nothing does it like Does It. Just place a handy disc on the applicator and watch the special adhesive heat up. Press it on the wall, and that's it. Use the Does It Handy Hanger on painted walls, on wood paneling, on wallpaper. It safely holds up to 10 pounds and more, yet it can be removed as easily as it attaches without leaving any mark at all. Does it on tile. It even does it on glass. And look, your Does It Handy Hanger also comes with these utility hooks. Use them in the kitchen, the bathroom, even in your tool shed. You get everything for $29.95. Order your Does It Handy Hanger now.
Use your credit card and call toll-free 1-800-982-5959 or send $29.95 plus $5.95 shipping to Does It Handy Hanger, P.O. Box 667, Department 270, Georgetown, Connecticut 06829.
Push it, pass it, drive it home. The nation's top conferences step onto the ice for non-stop board-banging excitement. Chill out with Prime's College Hockey Game of the Week. Friday night on Prime Network. Available on most Prime affiliates. There's no sure thing when prime tennis scorches Scottsdale. Edinburgh and Washington fire up a field of the tour's hottest hitters at the Arizona Men's Tennis Championship. Same-day final round coverage begins Sunday on Prime.
Welcome back to the Showboat Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. Camera left there. I'm Letta Monticelli and Dave Ferraro.
And Dennis Airy, Brunswick salesman, and Brian Collins next to him. Right. These two guys right here, we're looking at the, in the last 5 years, 4-time bowlers of the year right there. Right. The best in the game.
And both of those guys have played on this pair of lanes in the big Showboat Invitational. Tough at times, under heavy pressure to get those key strikes.
Yeah, they've done very well.
You're not kidding. Ninth frame, Mike Neumann to start. $8,500 up for grabs. Keep in mind, in case you've just joined us, Mike won already $4,000. Looking to get things started in a big way, and he does. Now, what he has already done, John, is locked up the Brunswick Bayliner boat. So Captain Neumann will be sailing somewhere in Niagara Falls. And Mike, do me a favor, keep it pointed in the other direction because that current's pretty heavy as you head to the falls.
It's quite an incredible performance by Mike. He's not only thrown a 5-bagger, but all 5 balls have hit light. All 5 have been great trust into the pocket.
Yes, offering in prayer or meditation, what do you think?
Oh, well, I really don't think he fell asleep for 8,500. So
I don't think
something
so.
Else.
Trying to bring that heart rate down just a little bit.
I'm ready.
Brian Tinsley up next. Brian, this shot's worth $8,500. Came through in the clutch to extend it in the last frame.
Yes, I think Brian's figured them out, too, and everybody's performing extremely well at this point in time. So I expect great things here in this frame.
Tinsley trying to get a tickler, and it doesn't quite happen that way. So just 2 players now left in the 9th frame to try and really set up a huge payday in the 10th.
That was a really good shot then. He good extension toward its target, but what happens as money increases normally is you get a little bit more ball speed. It might have caused him 1 rev, and that's why it hit light, didn't carry.
All right. Lonnie Waliczek to try and send that $8,500 into the 10th along with $10,000. That means the 10th would be worth $18,500.
See if the meditation worked or not.
Made a lot of great shots already in his career. Runs it out, and we know for sure now, John, 18-5 on tap in the 10th frame.
I think I'm going to take up TM or something here. Just to throw it that good after closing your eyes for a while. That's my new ideal, Lonnie, next time I bowl in a tournament.
Okay. John, I think maybe you could walk up and throw the shot with your eyes closed. Perhaps that would even help your game more. Maybe not.
I will. It'll take me a full frame to come up with a good response to that.
John Gage looking to strike on the left hand lane. Just kidding, bro. You know that. Oh, my. Oh, my. John saying,
Not like that.
You don't realize how good that shot really was.
You really don't. You know, I want you to take a good look at the job that this headpin does and how much is on the ball. As the ball hits the pin, look at how light it is. The ball pushes the 5 almost straight back. The headpin hit both the 4 and the 10.
Then it rolled back.
And then it rolled back
going for the 7 pin.
In case the 7 was still standing. Phenomenal.
There could have been 12 pins in that rack, and John still would have struck. All right, everybody's smiling now. Everybody enjoying the action, but guess what, guys? It's come down now to the ever-critical 10th frame with $18,500 on the line. And we hope that Lonnie shows up in the 10th as well, as Brian Tinsley will begin. Oh, he likes it. What a dandy of a shot for Tinsley, who says, hey, I didn't make any money all the way up to the 10th frame, but I'm already in play at this point in time.
What a great shot. But when you need it, lock and load, right up the track, right at him, solid in the pocket. Great shot by Brian Tinsley.
Sure, did you hear Gaines and Neumann? Come on, Lonnie. Come on, big horse. You can get in there and get it done right here. Keep in mind, they'll keep playing until somebody strikes by themselves to win the rest of the cash. Waliczek hit the pocket the last time on this frame, and that's a familiar sight. We've seen it before on lane 52.
Right, 52, if you get a little wide, it's just not going to get back. We're down to 2 players. John Gaines up first. 18,500 on the line.
Gaines with a shredding strike in the 9th. Would like to see something likewise here in the 10th.
Definitely would love a repeat of that one.
Fuck it. Fuck it. Yeah, he did it. Oh, look at Lonnie Waliczek. He's rooting the big man on.
Are you sure it is?
Oh, Lonnie says, yeah, I knew you could do it, John. It was only a question of time. Now Neumann will step up. But at this time, it's academic in the 10th. Just an opportunity for him to get another shot in.
Yeah, you want to, Neumann, it's important for Neumann here because he needs a shot to stay loose as we get into the 11th frame.
Sure. So 18,500 will now move to the 11th frame. We're liable to be here a while.
Good time for the 10th.
Sure.
That move didn't work.
A small move there by Mike Neumann, but now we move back to the left-hand lane. Lonnie Waliczek with renewed life. Got to hurry. Another hang shot on the left-hand lane, and now next in line for $18,500, John Gaines, who would dearly love a carbon copy of what happened in the 9th.
Adrenaline's pumping, Denny. Everybody's getting wide. It really gets critical now. 2 players, 18-5. Both strike. We continue with 1 strike. It's over.
Mike Neumann has bowled a lot of sweepers in his time. He's looking to sweep the entire cash pot In this one, he's already won $4,000. This worth $18,500. So he would go home the big winner.
$22,000 and a boat.
Right.
Pretty good shot. High flush. Great performance by Mike Neumann.
There you hear the yes, yes, a key strike, and Brian Tinsley, who stopped this affair a little earlier on and sent it into an extra frame, has all the pressure right now on his shoulders to try and make this go another frame.
He's done it before. Can he do it again?
Sure. To advance.
Oh. Solid 4. Mike Neumann wins it all.
Beautiful
Great
shot by Tinsley, but Neumann
gets it all.
With the boat and $22,500. He is the big winner in the Quantum Challenge. Some tremendous pressure bowling here, John Petraglia, but Neumann comes up big.
It was fabulous. He threw every ball in the pocket the last 9 frames, Denny, leaving 110 penny. Terrific performance.
All right, we'll be back to chat with Mike Neumann, the big winner in the Quantum Challenge, right after these messages.
If you had nothing to hold you back, how would you design the world's most advanced bowling ball? You'd probably pick the best brains in the business, cutting-edge computer design tools, the hottest resins and manufacturing technologies. You'd probably try to change the structure of the game forever. But don't bother. We've already done it. Hurry. Make the quantum leap.
North America's largest bowling center at the Showboat Hotel and Casino just got better. That's because the entire center has been remodeled in our bright new colors, including our locker areas, 106 championship lanes, a new fast food snack bar, new carpet and tiling, comfortable guest seating, even new restrooms. And every lane is resurfaced to make even the most difficult shot look easy. It's bowling at its best, whether in a league or just for fun. And it's only at the boat.
I love the High Rollers. It's a great tournament.
The High Rollers is the most exciting thing I've seen in a long time.
The High Rollers are a perfect opportunity to make it real big, big money. Anybody's got a chance in this tournament. It's the luck of the draw.
Where else could you go and make this kind of money?
This tournament makes my socks go up and down. It's that great.
For details on how you can be part of the High Roller Tournament, call 1-800-257-6179.
And welcome back to the Showboat, the finals of the Quantum Challenge. And Mike Neumann, some great bowling, not only in your part, but the other 3 guys in the tournament here today.
Well, I think everybody bowled really well. I think we represented ourselves well, and it was a lot of fun. And I'd like to thank Brunswick, and they're supplying us with the quantum balls, and I'd like to thank Jack Cook for supplying us with a nice bowling center.
And also a nice check representing the Showboat. Jack's got a check with $22,500.
Mike, congratulations. On behalf of Showboat, the High Roller, and Brunswick Corporation, here's a check for $22,500. Great bowling. Great bowling from all the guys today.
Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
All right, and moving in now, representing the Brunswick Corporation, Brian Collins, and he has the keys to the beautiful Brunswick boat.
Great job, Mike. Congratulations, and here's the keys to that Bayliner boat from Brunswick.
Thank you very much. That's the money's nice, and the competition's great. I have a good time, but I'm sure there's a lot of people in the back that know that I really wanted to get that quantum boat.
And you did. So you'll be sailing in Niagara Falls.
Well, hopefully I won't be going over the falls, but I'll be there.
You probably felt like you've already been over them. Congratulations, Mike. Now just a closing comment from Johnny Petraglia. And, John, we saw some unbelievable bowling here today. Great pressure bowling from all of the participants.
Oh, absolutely, Denny. I think the thing that we saw today is we saw 4 bowlers that are amateurs only because they haven't joined the PVA yet. They're all extremely talented and could make money on tour if they wanted to.
And you told me from the very beginning you felt that Mike Neumann, when the big shots were on the line, he would come up and throw some good shots.
I really felt that way, especially after watching him last night when he needed him in the 10th frame just to make it. He threw them so well. I thought he could really be a big threat today, and he was.
All right, John, thanks so much. Thank you, everybody, for watching the Quantum Challenge from the Showboat Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. So long, everyone.
The Quantum Challenge, brought to you by Quantum. Hurry, make the quantum leap.